Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Agnes. If you're new here, so am I. Welcome, thank you for joining me. In today's video, I'm going to be working on myself. As you can see, my nails are outgrowing and scruffy looking, so I'm going to infill them and do a nice ombre and chrome design on them. Going straight in with my e-file to remove the old gel polish. For this, I like to use the penny drill bit by the Willow Academy. It's medium grade with a round top barrel, or otherwise known as the safety carbide bit. The round smooth top allows me to get close to the cuticle. And thanks to this, with very light pressure, I can also remove any lifting of the hard gel that I have on underneath the gel polish, which I don't really have much of. As you can see, using my thumb, I'm pulling back the side walls or skin surrounding the nails. That way I can get really close to the sides of the nails to remove all product. And with my pinky, I'm able to stabilise my hand and keep control of the e-file. Just so that this video doesn't go on for too long, I will be working on my left hand and repeating the steps on my other hand off camera. If you'd like to see me work using my non-dominant hand, let me know in the comments down below. You won't see me finish the thumb because the camera decided to go out of focus, but moving on, I'm taking down the length of my nails with the e-file pointed downwards, and with firm pressure I'm swooping it from left to right across the free edge. And then I tickle underneath the nail to get rid of all that product. Your RPM or rotations per minute must be high. Mine's will be around 22-23. It can be quite scary first starting to take length down using the e-file, but I promise as long as your RPM is high, you're applying firm pressure, and once you start, you've got to see it through. You will be absolutely fine, but failing to do that you can get that horrible jerk of the fingernail, which is not pleasant at all. Quite clearly my file has lived its life. When I start a new file, I like to take the old file and buff down just slightly the edges of the new file. New files can be very sharp, so this will avoid any cuts. With light pressure, I'm filing over the regrowth area to prep the natural nail for product, removing any old gel polish residue that's still left on the nails, tapering their shape slightly and making sure the surface of the nail is even and smooth for new product application. Because this isn't the most fun part of this video, as I'm just repeating the same process on all the nails, I am going to go ahead and skip forwards to the next step. Going in with the flame drill bit by Willow Academy, I'm pushing back the cuticles, working from the top of the nail down to the left hand sides. Sometimes when I get a stubborn bit, I gently nudge it in the opposite direction. To save time, I'm going to do the same side on all 5 nails before I change the rotation on the e-file and do the opposite side. I've hit the reverse button on my e-file now, and we're going to work middle down to the right hand side. I find this drill bit so versatile. I really enjoy working with it because while I can use the pointed tip to push back the cuticles and lift them, I'm also able to use the body of the drill bit to exfoliate the dry skin that's on the finger. Now that we've pushed back and lifted the cuticles, I'm going in with Katey, Navy Pro's super fine cuticle nippers, and nipping away any cuticle that appears white. It means it doesn't have any blood supply running to it, and it's dry and it's safe to be removed. For any stubborn bits that the drill bit might have not gotten, Ethel by Navy Pro is a great tool to get right in there and scrape it off. Look at that. Perfect. Voila, beautiful. wiping the nails with acetone to prep and dehydrate for product application. I'm using the gel bottle's clear rubber base and applying this all over the nails, particularly focusing on the regrowth area as we need this for the hard gel we are about to apply to adhere. I'm going to pop that in the lamp and let it cure for 90 seconds using the low heat setting. I'm using the gel bottle's Nude gel pot in number 3, which is a hard gel, and to apply it I'm using the gel bottle's number 2 round brush. I'm picking up a bead and placing it on the nail, nudging it closer towards the cuticle, keeping the bulk of the product in the regrowth area and dragging the rest down the nail. I'm checking the shape from the side and making sure the light reflections run smoothly over the nail. Going to cure that for 90 seconds under low heat setting, and I am working on one nail at a time to prevent the product from flooding the cuticle or the sidewalls. The gel bottle's builder gels are self-leveling, so you really don't need to overwork the product. It sort of does it for you. You're just sort of guiding it where to go and letting gravity do its job. I've infilled all 5 nails and I'm really happy with that application. I'm going to remove the sticky residue, and at this point I'm going to go ahead and infill the other hand as well. There we go, that's the other hand up to speed and we are now ready to refine the shape. I'm going to switch on my dust extractor. Mine is the Vodex Salon Air one and I would 100% recommend to anyone. It's absolutely brilliant. It is an investment, but it's so worth it. Going in with my hand file, call me old fashioned, I find it best when I'm refining the shape. I'm basically just making sure I've got a nice smooth surface for the gel polish to go onto, checking over my shape, making sure that everything is nice and even. I am, however, on the lookout for a drill bit for refining, just to save a little bit of strain on my hands and perhaps some time. I'm not the biggest fan of sanding bands, but to be fair, I haven't used them very often either, so any recommendations to use as a substitute to hand filing is greatly welcomed. Please do leave a comment down below. In terms of continuity of this video, just a little pre-warning, once I start painting my nails you might notice a little change in my skin colour. I did actually go away and do my tan and I didn't think it would be quite as noticeable as what it is. Oh. Using the gel bottle spuffer, I'm going to smooth out any filing lines using the fine 180 grit side. And there I have the perfect canvas to apply gel polish. The colour I'm using is called Precious by the Gel Bottle and it's their dupe of the Dolly Builder in a Bottle colour. Pushing the gel polish as close to the cuticle as I can without touching the skin. Lighter colours tend to apply more streaky, so I'm keeping my application as even as I can and applying a sheer coat, then building it up with the second coat. Oh, isn't that just absolutely beautiful? I'm going to cure that for 60 seconds in my lamp and then I'm just going in with the second coat. I absolutely love this colour. It's so versatile and so popular with my clients in the salon. It's one of those colours that's natural but it's translucent but it's almost full coverage. So if you had long natural nails with clear builder gel on, you can use it to disguise the natural smile lines or your natural tips. So it makes it fab for nail art or French if you want to alternate the smile line. Going to cure that in a lamp for 60 seconds. Going in with the gel bottle's matte top coat, I'm going to paint the nails, making sure to cap the edges. Cure that in the lamp for 60 seconds and oh my god, look at them nails. Now I've reached for this old eyeshadow palette that I no longer use. I think it's the Makeup Geek single eyeshadows that I have in there. I've picked up this eyeshadow brush from Primark, which will be ideal for the ombre we're about to do thanks to its dense and fluffy end. Using almost the same principle as applying eyeshadow to eyes, I'm starting light and working my way up to darker colours. Using the dense end of the brush, I've started to apply a light colour to the tip of the nails, pressing the colour down on the nails using a dabbing motion. I'm using the fluffy end of the brush to lightly blend the colour up the nails towards the cuticle. Going in with darker colours now, I'm starting to build up the ombre. I'm going to apply the colour with the dense end of the brush and blend it out with the fluffy end, building up that blend. Finally going in with the really dark and putting black at the very tip of the nails. Using the Extreme Shine top coat by the gel bottle, we're going to seal this gorgeous ombre in. I'm applying very little pressure to avoid disturbing this blend of pigments on the nail. I'm making sure to cap the edges in. It's even more so important to do this now that we have all this pigment on the nails. Going to cure that in a lamp for 60 seconds. Love! Okay, I'm going to be using the Gel Bottle Studio Effects Chrome Pigment in Copper. I find chrome applies better when I wipe the shiny top coat with acetone before application. With the chrome you get this sponge applicator which I'm using to pick up the chrome powder, press it on the nails and then rub it in. Applying it all the way up the nails close to the cuticle. As you can see, sometimes chrome will just not cooperate. Again, my best tip is to wipe the nail with acetone. Now just look at the difference. Brushing off any excess. I'm going to dispense some top coat onto my palette and I'm going to be using the Gel Bottle's No. 1 liner brush. For the next bit, one would really benefit from having 20/20 vision because it's about to get really intricate. So I'm using some top coat to paint on some foliage. So I'm doing some stems and some leaves. What makes this awkward is the fact that you're working on a shiny base, which is the chrome, and you're working with clear see-through top coat, so it's really hard to see what you're doing, and if you make a mistake you can't really take it away because then you're also taking away the chrome. So I'm taking my time and being really careful with this, and if I feel the top coat is going to bleed anywhere, I stop, flash cure it for 10 seconds and then go back and continue working on the design. I'm working on one nail at a time and fully curing it for 60 seconds before I move on to the next. This is definitely one of those situations where you've just got to trust the process, because when you wipe the excess chrome off, just look at that beautiful design you're left with. Lastly, I'm going in with the Extreme Shine top coat, making sure I'm capping the edges, especially because we've got the pigment and the chrome there, which are prone to chipping really easily, so you want to make sure it's all sealed in. I'm going to cure that in a lamp for 60 seconds. Oh, love that. I'm going to go ahead and do the same on the other hand. Can't forget the cuticle oil. I'm using the Cactus and Sea Salt one by Nail Order. It smells absolutely gorgeous, and I'm going to give that a little rub in as well. And there we have it. If you're still watching, I hope you enjoyed this video just as much as I enjoyed doing these nails and producing this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for future videos. And like I said in the beginning of the video, I am new to YouTube, so it would mean the absolute world to me to have you on this journey with me. Until next time, bye!